Okay, sounds like the game audio is working. Making sure the mics are cooperating. Yep, okay, so that's everything working as intended at the moment. Hello. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I'll be joined by Matza shortly. They at least said they're going to try to be here, but they're still not feeling great after everything that's happened. We have a Stella to find, and I'm not sure how much searching we're going to be able to accomplish given our advanced age. I know it was recommended to go to the mines and then the church, though I'm not exactly sure what order to go in and how many we'll be able to get to. You know? Like, I'd imagine that we're probably not going to be able to search everywhere. Not on foot, anyway. I was hoping Mods would be here before I hit start, but I suppose I could continue without them. Give them another minute to see if they poke their head in. Hey, Matza. Matt says that they'll be up in a minute, but, you know, need a minute. I'll get game loaded. Okay, so Stella's house, cops, diner, mines, church. Yeah, the recommendation was mines then church. I'm not trying to remember if I know I went to Stella's house in my own personal playthrough. I don't think I ever went to the cops. Maybe we start with maybe we do start with the mines. We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin since they're friends. You don't see it? Come on. Two of them such a dynamic, you know? Classic dog and cat situation. Come on, I'll drive us. Oh, can you get her van? Isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. Oh. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. This is interesting. I think last time, like, when I played on my own, it was much larger strike outside. You know, the cops were here, if I recall. Wonder what happened. Is this a strike? They're striking? Yes, Kanika, they're striking. There was a whole group of them talking about it in the diner yesterday. Seems like the collapse was the last straw for some folks. Good for them, but I kind of thought there'd be more of them, you know? Hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all of this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Have you noticed I'm old now? Exorcised a ghost in the library last night at great personal cost. Oh, jeez. That's quite an opener. Oh, I kind of want to say that. Have you noticed I'm old now? I exorcised a ghost from the library last night at great personal cost. I guess you do look a little different. Look like any old Scarlet to me. How goes the strike? Hi, Mats.
Hello.
Strike.
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 It's striking?
It's actually not as striking as one would expect. It's actually
Would expect or hope.
there's actually remarkably only 3 people here.
I guess fortunate for Tabitha.
Yeah, fortunate for Tabby. Unfortunate for the strikers.
Yeah.
Which is... I'm pondering what exactly causes, like, a weak versus strong strike. Because, like, Davis here is saying, like, we miscalculated, we thought a kid losing her leg would push folks over the edge. I guess the boss personally dragging those kids out of that mine left a lasting impression. And, like... So, like, does getting everyone out cause a strong strike, then? Because when I played this on like my own,
I remember there being a crowd.
Huge crowd. The police were here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
But nobody got hurt in the collapse. You know?
Yeah. I guess with the loss of the leg makes it feel more harrowing. So what Tabby did feels more like an act of heroism, which obviously it was. Anyone going in and there was an act of heroism, but. That's interesting.
That is interesting, you know?
Because I remember there being a diner full of strikers.
Yeah, we haven't gone to the diner yet. We've gone to the library, then we went to the mines here.
Mm-hmm. People are calling the boss a goddamned hero.
They're calling Tabitha a hero? Really? We were there too that night.
It's like everyone just forgot how poorly she's been treating us.
Or how unsafe the mines are. I can't go back down there knowing the rock over my head could come down any second. I value my life more than a paycheck.
It was dumb luck that she saved those kids. If she had any actual value, she'd have come to the table and given us what we owed. What we're owed. My mouth isn't word-sing right.
It's okay. I know there's not a lot of us out here, but there's more of us at the diner, and there's more of us setting up mutual aid.
Well, that's good.
But once people see our follow through, they're going to join up. This is only the beginning. Let me know if there's anything the general store can do to help.
That's good. It's good.
Kanika is more than happy to undermine Tabby.
Oh, of course.
Anything you can think of, we'll take it. We need all the support we can get right now. What are your grievances? We'd like competitive pay, 8-hour shifts instead of 12 or more, improvements to the sick day and vacation policies.
That seems all very above board.
Yeah.
And a thorough safety inspection before any of us set foot underground again. That collapse was way too close to an active mine for me to feel safe down there until I know for sure I won't end up buried under 2 tons of rock.
We want to change things. There's no reason we should be treated like we're a disposable workforce.
If we're the ones making her money, we should be making money too, not just scraping by.
That's a lot of grievances. Working here seems tough.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous line of work too, you know.
Yeah.
Even in the safest mines, that's still a dangerous line of work.
Do you think Tabitha can even make those changes without the mines going under? I'm sure she can figure it out. Not saying she's not a bad boss. People clearly aren't happy with her, but coal's getting used less and less, and I've seen the old Scarlet House. It's practically condemned.
I'm not sure the Scarlet House is a good indication of how well the mines are doing. I'm not sure the Scarlet House was in repair even when, like, you know, Eddie was alive.
Yeah, but I mean at the same point, like, they're clearly not doing anything to
Fix it.
Fix it. Like, Tabby is not paying a groundskeeper.
No.
Like, she's only having, like, Janie come in, like, once a week. You know?
She's only buying, like, one food, which could be just Tabitha.
Well, two foods.
Two foods. It could be just Tabitha weirdness, or it could be her, like, trying to save money.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things is boxed mac and cheese, which is very cheap.
Very cheap. But also could just be Tabitha weirdness.
But also, Avery does have a point. Literally an entire wing of the estate is condemned.
Yeah. No, they're definitely right.
If she has money to spare, where is it going?
Hopefully not into keeping whatever's in the West Wing. West Wing.
Yeah. And or buying goats to kick out.
Buying goats?
Poor Dustin Mom.
Sacrifice. Yes.
I really didn't pick you as someone who'd go to bat for Tabitha. Oh, Kanika. Avery will go to bat for anyone.
Avery is devil's advocate all the way.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get the full picture here, and if the mine fails, I don't see how Aunt Winnie's diner won't fail with it. Okay, but that's the whole problem. A single family shouldn't be able to hold an entire town hostage. The workers need a say in the business. Fair enough.
Can we all agree that Scarlet Hollow needs a giant, like, overhaul in how its economy is functioning?
Yes.
I don't know functionally how we'd overhaul it.
They need to find
smart.
They need to find something else other than coal.
Yeah.
With which to keep the town functional off of. Because most of the, people that come into town are coming here to work in the mine.
Holds up a ditchling. You think we could sell them?
That's
probably a bad idea.
I'm not sure if selling ditchlings is a good idea, no. I'm thinking, did you try talking to Tabitha first? The bit of an escalation, did you try talking to Tabitha first? I mean, I know you're not going to get anywhere, because she's Tabitha.
It's Tabitha. What do you know about what we've already tried? You ain't from around here. And you sure as hell don't know what it's like working down those mines.
I'd like to say, Smith, no, I don't know what it's like working down those mines. I did have to help comfort a child whose leg was being crushed apart by rubble in that mine, though, for hours. So,
yeah.
F off, Smith. We knew talking would get us nowhere. The most it would do would get people fired. It's happened before. This is the best way for us to send our message, by not making her any more money until she has to listen. Mantis, you of all people should know how talking to Tabitha goes. It goes great, Kanika. All you have to do is continuously put yourself in harm's way. She'll eventually
throw
open
yourself
up to you.
Throw yourself into danger until Tabitha has no choice but to babysit you and talk about her feelings.
Exactly. She's a brick wall, an angry brick wall. But have you seen Stella? By chance, maybe hopping a fence. A YouTuber?
I just love that she's the YouTuber. She's the one from all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her. And we've been out here all day. We need to know if she'd come by.
we'll make sure to keep an eye out. Do you think they'll let us talk to Tabitha?
Maybe.
I don't think they're gonna let us talk to Tabitha.
Probably not.
I'd need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross a picket line?
Right, that's fair.
See, streets. Come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going in there? I have my cousin's phone number. I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're all striking. I mean,
Street
smart.
right?
Alright, fine, what's the harm? Go ahead. I don't care if they're okay with you going in, I'm still not crossing a picket line.
Fair enough, Kanika.
Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me.
Fair enough, Kanika.
I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her. Same. Everyone who works here is a regular at the diner. I don't want to make things weird.
That's fair too, Avery.
See you on the other side.
I never got to this part because I wouldn't pass the picket line.
Ah. It's hard for me to not go bother Tabitha.
Bother Tabitha? To be fair, again, you kind of talked your way into it kind of being not really crossing the picket line. But yeah. The industrial noises from the Scarlet Mine are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill.
If I recall, I think in my first playthrough, I think I had volunteered to take their demands to Tabitha.
Oh, that's neat.
And that's why I was allowed past. Walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment.
No response.
You knock again. Oh, for the love of...
Door swings open.
Oh, it's you.
Hi. Should I go?
Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed.
Tabitha, are you strike breaking?
Try not to get yourself noticed. Sounds like Tabitha's found a rat. Rodriguez pauses before he leaves.
Whoa. What happened to you?
Ghost. It's a Halloween costume?
That's a hell of a lie, Tabitha. Really? Could have fooled me. Halloween's not till Monday. Wait, is Halloween coming around?
I guess it is.
Holy...
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Holy fuck.
Like...
That...
Oh, I don't have the... There was, I remember at one point in time we did hear about the date.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, look, it's October on the calendar. Up there.
Yeah.
That's neat. Halloween's not until Monday, and that is some high-quality makeup work.
It's a Halloween costume. Don't make me repeat myself, she says, staring daggers at us in particular.
Rodriguez the rat.
Wow, that is... That is a mean thing to say, Street Smart.
I mean, it is, but he's clearly feeding intel to her.
I mean, yeah, but still. Acknowledging it directly. Still rude. I'm telling Mom.
And by Mom, I mean the other strikers.
Because are you selling out the other miners? I saw nothing, I heard nothing. What do you think I should say? On the one hand, like, there's a street smart option. On the other hand, like, again, It's a bit rude to acknowledge it directly.
In my opinion, I would go with the street smart option. But I'm not the one playing the game.
Don't listen to Tabitha actually get cursed by a ghost last night is also a very good option.
That is a very funny option.
Rodriguez the rat, I see.
Hey, I got kids to take care of. I can't miss a paycheck. And this was a right-to-work state. There's nothing wrong with me trying to keep food on the table. As someone who comes from a right-to-work state as well.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Don't say another word, just leave. I'll handle this. Door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Please, just forget anything you heard, okay? I'm not gonna remind you we're good, Tabby. Don't think you actually have to do much in the way of strike breaking. There really aren't many of them out there. People think you're a hero right now for rescuing Becca and Alexis from the mine collapse. I think the strike will just peter out on its own. Sorry, but I don't think I can take your side for the strike. Just talked to some miners outside. The demands aren't too bad. They just want 8-hour shifts, better pay, and some time off. Oh, and they want a safety inspection. Tabitha, I don't know if we can be friends if you break a strike.
What do you want to say?
I'm kind of curious about mentioning this one.
Do that.
Because, like, I didn't see that, last time. People think you're a hero right now for rescuing Becca and Alexis from the mine collapse. I think the strike will just peter out on its own. They think I'm a hero right now?
Yeah.
That's what I heard outside. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's why it seems like they have so little momentum. If that's the case, I can wait to see where this goes before doing anything that might just make things worse. Thanks, Mantis. Look, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? What?
What?
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. You're still looking for Stella.
You're right. We'd like to turn those banned posters into wanted posters because we're looking for Stella.
Just takes one of the banned posters and writes wanted over it.
Yes.
You could have wrote missing. Ah, gosh, I wrote missing.
Should have wrote miss. Have you seen this YouTuber?
Don't get me wrong, it's nice.
Cryptid hunter becomes cryptid.
Yes. It's nice to see a friendly face. You shouldn't be up here. It's my battle to fight. Do you have time to hang out later? I miss you.
I miss you.
Stella's still missing. We've been looking all over town. Not really very far, but we have been looking all over town. Don't have any leads. Tabitha groans. You don't think Wayne...
I hope not.
Wayne's my friend. That's it.
Wayne's my friend. That is objectively false.
That sure is an option. We have not had a single friendly interaction with Wayne yet.
I know you can have friendly interactions with him. It would be really funny to have none of the friendly interactions and just be like, oh yeah, that one stalker, he's my friend. That's why he keeps showing up, because he's my friend.
You have a weird perception of friends.
He's protecting me. It's what he said. He's my friend.
That's what I'm worried about. I'll see if I can figure something out. gonna keep looking for Stella. See you tonight. Let me know when you find her, okay? I don't want to sit around worrying about her all day. Tabitha's phone buzzes. Better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Mantis. Call me if you run into any more trouble. But please don't go looking for any today, okay?
Only organically found the trouble, just not, looking for trouble, please.
Yeah. If you could, at all, sit in one spot and don't move.
Chapter 5 is gonna come out, and it's just Tabitha having tied you to a chair.
Yes. Chapter 5 consists of you being tied to a chair, Stella being tied to a chair next to you.
Tabitha being like, don't do anything while I ritually sacrifice this goat. Don't ask questions about why I'm ritually sacrificing this goat.
Don't need you to go missing too.
Pull at my heartstrings, why don't you?
Yeah. Leave the office, closing the door behind you.
Aw, they're so happy to see you.
Yeah. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. Feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town. We can figure out our next move from there. Where to next? Okay. So I was recommended to go to the mines and then the church.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so then the church, right?
Yeah.
So I would go to the church next.
We should check out the church. The church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with evidence of the afterlife, so she might try to get into all that religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we'd be barking up the wrong tree. I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough.
Wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water.
Wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're there, too. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point. We really should get some holy water. We fought a ghost last night. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer.
Is that true? I wasn't raised Baptist or anything, and I've never really had too many people who've talked about the Baptist faith too much. Is that true? That's interesting.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
no
I don't
idea.
know. I'd assume that they're probably more knowledgeable of it if they're
certainly.
including a line about it.
Certainly. I'll also say Pastor Daniel will probably do anything if it meant you talk to him longer.
Yes. Definitely. He definitely would. Hi, Lacrux.
Hi, Lacrux.
It's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts.
I feel you, Kanika.
Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. You know, I've lived here a few years now. Never actually been to the church. That's probably for a good reason. Where is that weirdo?
My, 4 visitors at once on a Thursday. This is unprecedented.
One, I forgot it was Thursday, in game. 2, 4?
1, 2, 3. And the ghost?
But there's only 3 of us. Oh no, were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Oh, it's Zane.
Sup, old people? Zane just completely snuck up on us. Just every time we turned around, hiding behind a tree.
Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here?
All the glimpses of death that I've had in the last 2 days have forced me into the midst of existential crisis, my dudes. I want to see if faith held the answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found solace. I have not found the solace I seek. Radical. Pastor Daniel, you look absolutely agonized.
Yes.
Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all.
Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one's seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie had seen her, and if you hadn't, we can just leave now.
I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I haven't seen hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over there by the alpacas.
She is?
She is indeed. The Mantis, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private.
Is it about all of the talking to animals thing? Because, they know.
It's about the talking to animals thing, but not, privately over there. With the squirrels or something.
Sure, what's up? I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. See you in a minute.
They get to have alpaca time.
They get alpaca time and we have to talk to Pastor Daniel. I do really appreciate that they're, just part of the background there.
Yeah, it's cute.
Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor.
I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must be some kind... I must have had some kind of insanity.
0 out of 10 voice acting, you gotta elongate the S out of dude!
Yes, you're right. I'm just not feeling all the way into it today, but you're right, absolutely.
It's alright, Mods. It's been a sucky month, so...
It's alright. Yeah, no, it's alright. No, the dude just tickled me, honestly. I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through them.
That's gotta be one of the funniest things to interpret, the idea that God is talking to you through a dog.
Walk? Go on, walk. Oh, hello, Mr. Kitty Cat. Fuck off! Okay. But they never had anything very insightful to say, so I disavowed that pretty early on.
Yeah, I mean, if you've met Frou Frou, you'd be pretty immediately disavowed of that belief. Are you not going to comment on my appearance?
A ghost cursed me last night, and now I am...
I love that you have the option to be like, are you not gonna talk about my gray streaks?
Yes.
Just everyone you meet.
Yes.
Have you met Frou Frou? Gretchen Pixel. This is gonna be fun.
For sure.
Were you gonna say something? You're not going to comment on my appearance? You saw me yesterday, a ghost cursed me last night, now I'm old. He's probably just being too polite about it.
He's too polite. I don't think he'd mention it. And here I thought you were putting on some sort of early Halloween costume.
You've been talking to Tabby? Trying to convince people of that.
Yes. Is this about the spirit you mentioned in the library? I'm sorry I wasn't more open. I wasn't more open-minded. You've clearly been through quite the ordeal.
Yeah? I feel like the next logical thing would be to ask if he's met Frou-Frou.
Yes.
Have you met Frou-Frou, Gretchen, Pixel? I mean, I'm sure you've met Mayor Jimmy.
Yeah, definitely have met Mayor Jimmy. Of course I have. But I learned early on in life not to let on that I have this gift. At least while other humans are around, so I haven't spoken with any of them. But I have heard Frou-Frou curse me out in French, yes. Though I get the feeling Frou-Frou wouldn't talk to me even if she knew I could understand her. I'm not wrong. I've tried to befriend the alpacas when no one else is around. Emphasis on tried, but they're surprisingly cliquey.
The alpacas being cliquey is really funny.
Yes. Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with the wildlife when I'm sure no one is looking.
The Crux says, this guy definitely mows his lawn with serrated blades.
Probably.
I would believe it. I'd believe that, or that he hand mows it with a giant scythe.
I'd believe that, too.
Like old school, big scythe. Takes him all day. Is your gift why you got into the church?
It's hard to say. I was raised Baptist by two loving parents and was always interested in religion, but I've always known about my talent, so I don't know what came first. If anything, though, I'd say I'm religious in spite of the gift. It hasn't exactly been easy to square this with a lot of religious education I've had. For instance, a lot of religious leaders will tell you that only humans have souls. Well, you and I both know that's not true, though I suppose that gets into a whole different conversation about what exactly a soul is.
Although now I'm currently just pondering. Like, do you think Pastor Daniels tried to convert the squirrels because he's so lonely?
I would totally believe that.
He's trying to convince the squirrels about
completely believe that.
the Baptist church.
Try to convert the forest.
The Crux says, or OCDS cuts it manually with scissors.
Completely would believe that too. Absolutely would believe that too.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely reads OCD.
he they got like alpacas over there.
Yeah.
Got alpacas over there. It seems like a clump of grass that's not been eaten yet and just climbs over the fence and sniffs it down.
Yes.
Just to be in line with the rest of the grass that has been eaten.
It's got a little ruler. Oh, but those are conversations that I'm glad to leave to the scholars. I'm just a simple small-town pastor who can occasionally hear the birds cuss me out. Well, they take a shit on my car. It's fine. I don't need to ask the big questions anymore. I just have to help people through their daily lives.
Not so you believe this man owns a car?
You're right, he definitely walks everywhere.
He has a bike at best.
He has a bike.
Are we actually talking to the animals?
I mean,
Like
what else would it be?
it really seems like we are talking to the animals, but are we like more interpreting like their emotions and thoughts and feelings into something that resembles language? And it doesn't explain as to why Frou Frou is French.
I was about to say,
Gretchen
how do
is
you
a
explain
Southern
Frou Frou
belle.
is fucking French and Gretchen is a Southern belle. Now that I know there are at least 2 of us, I have no doubt there are definitely 10 times in my life when I thought I might just be nuts.
You know, the dog militia referred to us as the speaker.
Yes.
So, like, I'm kind of curious if this is a thing that, like, animals are kind of aware there's, like, a 1 in a million or so, like, human
That would be
that can
interesting.
talk to them.
They can kind of they can kind of sense that you can talk to them or understand them. That'd be interesting. But it's so consistent. I've never exhibited any other signs of insanity. In my most doubting moments, I've considered the possibility that there are other entities that may be using the animals to confuse my faith. But besides a particularly vicious hamster I had growing up, the most animal has ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. I need to know the story about this particularly vicious hamster.
I need to know about this hamster too.
So, I somehow doubt that they're puppets for some otherworldly evil, unless that otherworldly evil wants me to overfeed my pets.
Have we been cursed? Why do we suffer this fate? And, you know, if we have been cursed, I'm sure, like, Stella would want to know if there's a way that she can get cursed too.
Yes. I don't think it's a curse. It can be annoying at times, but so can talking to people. True.
Yeah.
Not that I feel that way very often. Of course, as a servant of God, I am always ready to and willing to talk to my fellow man about anything they need to discuss. Spiritually, I've always rationalized that it as God's sign that I should spread His words to even the beasts of His world.
So you have passed out
forest animals
pamphlets to
canon?
the squirrels.
I've had mixed results. It seems the alpacas prefer Catholicism, which they know about somehow. The alpacas know about Catholicism and its distinct differences between baptism and Catholicism.
So the alpacas are specifically Catholic.
And the birds tend to be incredibly heretical. I wish I could approach a scientist about this without becoming a research experiment. Oh my goodness.
I really want to know what percentage of the population in, like, the world of Scarlet Hollow can talk to animals.
Yes.
It's gotta be a very, very tiny number if, like, this is the first time either of us have ever encountered someone else that can do it.
Tiny, yeah.
It's gotta be, like, minuscule number. But, like, globally, how many people do you think can talk to animals?
In this world.
In this world. Like, there's a bit of a difference here. It'd be like, oh, like, there's like 20 people around the entire world, and somehow 2 of them have ended up in the same town.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, no, there's like 1 million people. But, like, they're
Which
pretty
would be a
evenly.
fraction of a percent.
Yeah. But they're pretty evenly spaced.
Yeah, there's just... Oh.
So, like, the odds of them running into each other are very, very small. But it's theoretically possible.
Yeah. Random question you'd ask Black Tabby. Of all the questions.
Of all the questions, how many people can talk to animals? Like, ballpark figure.
But I prefer to keep quiet keep quiet at my doctor's visits. I can't risk being locked away or altered in some permanent way, not when I have a family to take care of.
You know, that's very smart, Pastor Daniel. I probably should stop telling people I can talk to animals. Is this why people think you're creepy? Because you have the gift? Oh, no, I'm just very off-putting.
I'm just very off-putting. People think I'm creepy?
Yes, most people.
People are saying that. Oh. Well, that hurts. But it's alright. People say all kinds of things. I just have to be patient and persistent and know that they'll eventually understand that I can be a comforting presence in their lives, not a creepy one.
You keep telling yourself that,
yeah.
Pastor Daniel.
You keep telling yourself
hi,
that,
Wayne.
buddy. What? No. Get out of here, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
Shoo.
Wayne, are you here to talk to Pastor Daniel, too?
Has he been back there the whole time, or is it just a matter of we decided to mention that Pastor Daniel has a reputation for being creepy, and Wayne was like, you want to see creepy?
I can only assume he has been there the entire time. We didn't initially spot him because, like, you know, Kanika's right here.
Maybe if I grew a thicker beard, people would trust me more. Or maybe I should get a cool jacket. You should get a cool jacket. That definitely is gonna fix everything.
I kinda hope I have the option to give a recommendation.
That would be funny.
Aw, no. I was kinda hoping that'd be like, oh, you should get a cool jacket.
And then the next chapter, he's got a cool jacket.
He's got an incredibly off-putting, like, you know, leather jacket that does not fit the rest of his aesthetic. Not in the slightest. Express how much relief is finally meeting someone else like me. If you don't think the two of us sharing the gift means we're friends,
We're not friends, by the way.
I hope you know this means two of us are bonded for life.
The exact opposite. We are
Best
now
friends, no one else understands what it's like to be us. Does Janie know? Great, the one person I've met who shares my talents as a religious weirdo. I think it'd be a bit of a relief to find someone else that can hear and acknowledge the fact that Frou Frou is in fact French.
Yes. Likewise, though it may be more than just the two of us now, I have my suspicions that Tulip might have inherited the gift.
Ah, good for Tulip.
There might have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she's said some things that have led me to believe that she might be able to understand them.
Oh, bad for Tulip.
Tulip, don't listen to rats, shouting curse words.
Yeah.
Please don't repeat them. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods.
I grab Pastor Daniel's shoulder, like, whatever you do, you keep that child out of the woods.
Yes, please keep that.
There are horrible monsters in the woods.
Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to skip story time tonight?
I don't see any ditchlings, which is good.
I don't see any, which makes me raise my suspicion. I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip. Tulip because it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Now why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Oh, so excited.
Yeah.
Tulip smiles broadly, seeming excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I had to have firm parenting moment just then. I mean, that was a normal, I think.
Yeah.
She's been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately. And it's really dangerous, even for adults. No, it is. I definitely wouldn't want a little girl in the woods, especially not these woods in particular.
Yeah.
And I think skipping story time isn't exactly the worst thing I've seen parents do. So.
Yeah. Also, I like that she's been added to the background.
Yeah.
I like that attention to detail.
There's this massive trash dump, the one Stella was talking about, not too far past the trees. It must be at least 50 years old. It's all grown over and looks like part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself... I am so sorry. You might find yourself falling into hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass, which I don't think I need to tell you would not be good for anyone, let alone a small child.
Definitely not. How big of a trash dump are we talking? We kind of weren't clear it out. What were we saying about the church rats?
Are we going to go see this giant trash dump that they keep referencing?
I think that might be something for chapter 5.
Could be in a later chapter too.
How big of a trash dump are we talking? As a local raccoon.
As a local raccoon. You had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it.
So what about those church rats?
Yes, they say very mean things. Ah, yes, the rats. Well, so you and I are used to this sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to.
There's occasionally really horrifying stuff that comes out of, animals that have been jumped by ditchlings. Have you heard that yet, Pastor Daniel? Because if you haven't, don't. Brooke says, notice how his goatee doesn't connect to the chops? No normal man has that much time to finally trim his beard like that. Suspicious much.
Yes. That's part of what makes it a little off-putting, too.
I mean, like, nobody comes to his church. I think he probably does have
too much time on his hands.
Yeah, far too much time on his hands. Maybe if he spent less time grooming his goatee, more people might come to his church.
Not even the squirrels want to go to his church.
Not even the squirrels, not even the alpacas. Definitely not the birds.
But these rats, there's something so sinister about them. They must be huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying around in there.
Oh, no, it's just... That's just what rats in walls sound like. They're loud.
I think they might be rodents of unusual size.
You're thinking rodents of unusual size? Maybe you have, like, a possum or something.
Dustin's cousin.
Yeah. Dustin cousin. Or maybe it's Dustin father.
We don't know where Dustin's father is. Tulip has never shown evidence of the ability to roar. She's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversations with the birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it the way I did growing up.
This leads to the possibility that you're born being able to understand animals.
Yeah.
And, like, at a certain point, growing up, came to the understanding that's weird. So you stop, like, doing it in front of people. That's kind of funny to think about.
Are you saying people who in this world are born with that ability?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that, like, you wake up, like, one morning and can talk to your cat.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And it's really funny to imagine our character having, like, spent, like, years just talking blatantly to, like, a pet. And being like, I found out that people thought that was kind of weird, that I was having a conversation with, like, my dog. Mark says, maybe he's just skilled with a razor, but that would leave more questions than answers. That is true.
Yes.
He's very skilled with a razor, but
That's on purpose.
yeah. So this design is on purpose. He's choosing to have this facial hair. But like, why?
Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends, has been drawing all these pictures of them, really ghastly things.
Oh, ghastly thing's not good.
Tried to bring it up with her, but she just gets this little smile and doesn't say a word. It's like it's her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out of that trash heap, and ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
More children potentially being endangered.
Yeah. I'm concerned she's gonna get hurt or catch some kind of disease.
Are you sure they're rats? What have they been saying?
They like to goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through the unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons.
Ah, they are mean.
Very mean rats. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. I don't think they were a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to them. I hate to think that what they say to her when I'm not around to hear.
Have you actually seen them? Like, can you be certain that, you know, they're not...
rats.
Yeah, that they're rats and not something else? They're definitely not doughy of any
They're not doughy
structure.
of any variety. No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but the church has all the signs of an infestation. There's no mistaking the sound of little creatures stampeding through the walls. I've left out some humane rat traps, but they're too smart for them. All it's done is a waste peanut butter. And I caught a possum in one, poor thing. Possums are never very bright. At least this one got a nice scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal.
Ah, possums. And you're sure they're rats?
I think so. He shifts uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so.
Has Janie heard them? Has Janie heard the rats? Either literally in like the can understand animals sense, or the figuratively has just heard them moving about.
She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her jobs until late. We spend our evenings in the house. It's just me and Tulip all day long. Janie knows Tulip has made strange little friends, but thinks it's an imagination game. I was hoping hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she could get suspicious, but they're persistent. So I may have to hire an exterminator if I can get the money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that.
This is really creepy. Oh. Is there anything I can do to help? Maybe I could try talking to the rats. The totally rats.
The totally are rats.
I totally trust these rats.
Trustworthy rats. That would be lovely. I'd certainly appreciate a helping hand here. I don't want to become much a bother, and you should probably finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around. Church isn't going anywhere, and I never get visitors, so...
You have plenty of time. You can go help us look for Stella.
Yeah,
on the other side of town.
It's not like you
where
have
you won't
visitors.
creep out, Kanika.
No one ever comes to your church, because everyone is creeped out by you.
And apparently your church may be full of rats.
And your church may be full of mean rats.
Which is definitely not helping the vibe.
No. There's all sorts of vibes off, Pastor Daniel. The vibes are not right.
Out of the corner of your eye, you can see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Thanks for suggesting we head up here, Mantis. We gotta feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft. It was awesome.
Avery's having a great day.
Avery's always having a great day.
It seems to be true.
They are unflappable.
Yes.
And Janie says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners and a few extra for me, of course.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's so nice and even offered to bring me some since I'm feeling under the weather.
Are you sure you're feeling under the weather, Kanika? You never act like you're feeling under the weather.
I have like a sniffle every 3 hours, you know? It's a little under the weather.
Really?
I think that's called pollen, Kanika. I hope your talk with the pastor went well.
We had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances.
Oh, Aetherwolf. I know I overslept and missed you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. It happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her.
Rats? Lucky, at least he doesn't have snakes with human traits. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika and Avery start back down the path to town and you follow. So yeah, we did talk to, we went to the mines.
Hang on one second. I actually had to run to the restroom, so why don't you do your little recap while I'll be back in a minute. Just a quick... Yeah.
So we went to the mines, talked to the miners. A very small strike outside. Street Smart talked our way in to see Tabby. Tabby was talking to Rodriguez. Told Tabby about told Tabby again about Stella being missing. She's concerned. Told us to stay safe. She's worried about Wayne. We're worried about Wayne. Went to talk to Pastor Daniel, of course. Talked about the whole speaking with animals gift. Definitely worried about the rats and or possibly not actually rats that are in the church's walls. And we're worried about Tulip. I think that about catches you up. They got ping pong, you know? The snakes have ping pong. So, what's that about? He seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone. Yeah, he didn't say anything weird, did he? Does the idea man have his privacy? Does he want to talk about our shared gift? What is Taz so mean to him? He's a nice guy. Job's apparently made some weird imaginary friends. I want to check that out later this week. He wanted to talk about our shared gift. Wait, Pastor Daniel can also talk to animals? Well, this town's some sort of hotspot for weird stuff. Cool weird stuff, of course, but this is starting to get pretty wild. I still can't believe that of all the people in the world you could have shared that ability with, you wound up stuck with Pastor Daniel. Thanks for the recap. No problem, Aetherwolf. And yeah, it's hilarious that the only other person that we've met with this gift is Pastor Daniel. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Oh boy. Before you can suggest your next move, you start to feel woozy. Spots form at the edges of your vision. Your legs suddenly feel unstable, your body sending you clear signals of exhaustion. Yeah, I was worried about that. And then it passes. Still, it probably won't be long before your body needs a chance to rest. You should plan your next move wisely. Okay. Yes, I was worried that, like, because we've been aged up, we might not be able to, travel around as well. So, go to Stella's house, go to the cops, check out the diner. I mean, my thought would be maybe check out Stella's house. We know that there's more strikers at the diner, so that could be more people to talk to. The cops are useless. I don't I don't think even checking in on them would provide any benefit. Oh yeah, old MILF stuff. Definitely leaning on Stella's house. Like, I know she's not gonna be there. You go to Stella. We might get more information with Street Smart. Let's go to Stella's house. Oh, have y'all not checked Stella's place already? I was too nervous to go anywhere by myself this morning in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. So, no. And I'm gonna feel really silly if she's just asleep in bed. Yeah, I'd feel pretty silly about that too. Make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. This doesn't look like a break-in. Looks like somebody left the door open. Stella or somebody else was in a hurry when they left. the first option being she's dead, Stella died, it's all my fault, is, I feel like that's a pretty appropriate reaction after everything else. Wasn't breaking, good. Yeah. Off to a good start. That doesn't appear that the door was broken into. Downside, I mean, if the door was unlocked and somebody then, just waltzed in and then, hurried out, that's more concerning. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? I've left my patio door open on occasion, usually when I'm home, but I've had squirrels take that as an invitation one too many times and bust in, take a few bites out of my plants, so even I keep my doors closed. It's bad enough they go after everything in the community garden, but go into my house and help themselves to my precious leafy babies? The squirrels of Scarlet Hollow are my only true enemies. Oh, Avery. Avery's only enemy being squirrels is perfectly them. And Stella would definitely know better than to leave her door wide open like this, especially considering the ditchling situation. Grabs Mantis by the collar, leans over the bar and whispers, "Remember, they got snakes with human traits," as I slump back into my seat at the bar. They got snakes with human traits, huh? We talking snake people? The Crux, wake up. I need the rest of the information on the snakes. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Cool, I'll be brave and go first. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. They luckily do not decide to do a faux scream and terrify us all. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything. Unless it happened in another room, or maybe somebody or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm gonna forget that you said that. Just be thankful. This doesn't look like a crime scene. Should investigate the kitchen. the giant framed picture of Gretchen just kills me. Oh. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I have no context, so I wouldn't call this messy. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you'd call my room. I wasn't judging. Nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only been over when she's already expecting me. Maybe it's just a rare peek behind the curtain at the real Stella. the real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Okay, so we don't have anything to learn here. That's interesting. Investigate Stella's room. Ah, yes. This completely tracks. Thought it'd add some long-hearted drama into the mix. I do appreciate the snake drama. I do love snakes, and I do love the concept of snake people, so. As far as drama is concerned, it does fit very, very well into the into the environment and story here. It is it's always fun to look at new environments. I love the little, like, Mothman plushie next to, of course, a box of dog treats. Got a bunch of soda cans, cup of tea, and I mean the conspiracy board, obviously. We've got some pictures of different cryptids. Little stuffy over here. Those look like a handful of pinup pictures in the corner, which I would not have expected from Stella. Trying to see through the haze around the edges of the screen. The long quiet. I'm processing the screen. All right, let's get back. I try and piece together any other information about Stella's living space. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Referring to Mothman. I mean, you know, like, I wish Mots was here. They're still out for now, but they'd love to see it. They'd love to see the Mothman plushie. I better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't gonna say anything. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, this could be some sort of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house, the door was left wide open. Maybe the computer was left open too. They for you. Or if we don't find Stella, it's all because we didn't snoop on her computer. If Stella didn't want us to snoop, she shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rules. Well, she's gossiping about us to her online friends. Look, I know it's invasion of privacy, we gotta do whatever we can to find her. Let's see if it's password protected before we make a fuss about it. If there isn't a password, it's almost like she wants us to snoop. Kanika's got a point. You're no fun, but fine. We won't snoop. Kanika's right, probably isn't anything helpful on there. So they didn't even think about how this might not be a good idea. Good call. Well, maybe the computer was left open too. Exactly. If there isn't a password, maybe we're supposed to take a peek. Maybe we'll find the first note to an elaborate scavenger hunt she set up overnight. Okay, fine. I'm gonna stand over your shoulder the whole time, make sure you don't go looking for anything personal. The little, like, Gretchen doodles. Looks like some notes up here. I'm unsurprised that Stella would draw the little S. I got a Jersey Devil up here. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Gretchen, I know. Wait, hang on. Put a sticky note over the desktop camera. Nice try, Mr. Nice try, Mr. FBI. Okay, I'm deeply amused about the idea of her putting a sticky note over a camera that definitely can be unplugged. If that is, you know, resting on top of the monitor, it can be unplugged. She could just plug it in if she needs to use the camera. Well, how do we find anything on here? You know, we found the goat a few streams ago, and we all think the goat is for a ritual. Yeah. Yeah, we were like Bots and I were discussing that earlier too. The idea just strikes me of Tabby getting a goat in an attempt to catch a chupacabra to give to Stella, though. I think she's in quite the wrong region to find her a chupacabra, though. I'm suddenly a lot less worried about invasion of privacy and a lot more worried about this being a complete waste of time. Okay, so street smart, look for something interesting. Check her open tabs, check her search history. Save. And you know how the cat is either Tabitha or Sybil's? Yeah. Yeah, the cat is either. Yeah. Hi, Mots. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm sorry about that.
That's alright.
I got delayed. I got substantially delayed.
It's okay. We've, broken into Stella's house.
Oh, we're there.
Aether says, I think Tabitha plans to sacrifice us, and I really hope that's not true. They're discussing
What the goat is
the
for?
goat, and how the black cat is either Tabby or Sybil, as presenting that Tabitha might plan to sacrifice us. And that's possible.
It's possible.
I don't think that's that's where the story's going, but I mean, I could see it.
I like, in my opinion, I don't in my brain, that's not the path I'm envisioning, but I can't deny it's plausible. It's definitely on the table.
Yeah. I mean, it could also be a thing of, that's why, kind of befriending, Tabitha, that could be interesting, because Tabitha, I really need to throw you into a pit or something. But, I don't want to do that now.
Dark God Cthulhu.
Don't really want to sacrifice you, because I like you now. And that could be interesting, because if you then don't, befriend, Tabby, she could drop you into a pit or whatever other, horrible death might be awaiting you.
I really do think, though, that the black cat is Sybil. I really do think that. I do think Tabitha is a red herring.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely get where that is coming from, and I could see how it would be interesting of a storyline.
I feel like having a good relationship could prevent it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That would make sense to me.
Agreed.
For definite sure. I feel like having a good relationship with Tabitha is probably going to prevent some storyline down the road, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the main caveat is that hanging out with Tabitha makes it harder to hang out with the other characters.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm really worried.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about, that we're gonna get to, the end of, the game, and it's going to be a question of either you or Tabby is gonna die.
I feel like that's entirely likely, but I feel like every player is gonna sacrifice themselves, including me. I'll get in the pit, Tabitha. You stay right there. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
But
it's cool.
The thing is, I would entirely believe that if you are too good of a friend to Tabby, that she won't let you.
She won't let you
sacrifice yourself.
Tabby, no, you need to see a beach. Okay, no, Tabby, it's cool.
Should we go immediately into the street smart snooping, or do some preliminary snooping first?
I say go street smart.
Well, I did put down a save in case
it locks you out of something?
Yeah. Remember, you can't save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
The first thing that the game boots up with, and it's in the Steam page too.
Yeah. I'm just really curious what the, plan is, you know?
Yeah.
That is a lot of tabs. You realize how many tabs she has open?
Stella, no, Stella.
You check her open tabs.
Stella, your task manager is smoking.
You check her open tabs, it takes you an hour. Or if you have a bad relationship with Tabby and powerful build, an epic fisticuffs begins.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be...
Little slap fight.
You have a full-on fist fight with your cousin.
Get her with the left hook. Oh no, she pulled out the shotgun.
Oh no, why did we assume that she wouldn't bring the shotgun? No, like seriously, why wouldn't we assume she'd bring a shotgun? If she's here to kill you.
Yes.
So let's look for something interesting.
Aether Wolf also says, Stella, you're like my grandmother. Yeah, and our mother too.
Yes.
She's got a jillion tabs open all the time. And I can't convince her to close them.
That's the only reason that you've had like a jillion tabs open is like whenever like you've been searching something on your phone, it opens a new tab randomly and then opens the actual thing.
I have a very weird problem with Firefox. I've tried clearing it out and then sometimes it'll undo my clear outs. I think it's because my phone is kind of old. I think it's basically just like its programming is, but that's like, in Firefox app itself.
But also
but only on my phone.
But also with like phones, sometimes if it's trying to open a link that's supposed to open in another app,
yes,
it will try and open it in the internet first.
Yes.
And then we'll make a new tab.
Yes.
And then finish remembering it's supposed to open another
app. Yeah, I know.
Anyway. I scanned through the folders and file names on Stella's desktop, looking for anything that might be interesting. One folder catches your eye, boring tax stuff. I've never used Firefox, to be honest.
I've almost always used it. I don't trust Chrome. I don't trust many things made by Google. I'm trying to actually to move to DuckDuckGo, but like it's really slow service. It's my main problem with it.
Yeah. Understandable though.
Mm-mm.
See, what I do is that I actually use like multiple different like search engines simultaneously, so each of them only has about a third of my information. Makes it really funny to imagine what kind of nonsense like they each end up coming up with. One folder catches your eye, boring tax stuff. You're no fool. You've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your own computer. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and its contents are never boring.
Aww.
Aww.
You open the folder and you're surprised to find it contains carefully mapped out diagrams of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes and fences and areas with low visibility.
That's so funny. Understandable, every site and browser already has all my data, so I just use Google.
It's totally understandable.
Yeah. Completely understand that. Also, look at these photos.
I'm going
they
to
are
die.
Adorable.
My heart is in pain, in pieces. I love them. How dare.
Oh, MILF Mantis is so hiding scandalous content in that folder of theirs.
Are you?
I mean, in game, yeah, probably. Went on a whole rant about.
Oh, definitely.
Having this folder, its contents are not boring. Stella and Tabby, yes.
I found out their ship name is Stabby, and I love that.
Yes. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin, an authentic, joyful smile, and Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. This was a bit before the trauma, you see?
Yes.
They both had
the light drained from their eyes by the trauma.
both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Okay, this is way too personal. I'm gonna stand in the corner while you wrap this up.
Avery is excusing themselves.
You think? I'm still really amused over the detailed map of the coal mine and the tunnels and all of the, blind spots and places that you could sneak in with. I think it makes sense that she's accumulated all that, seeing as she keeps sneaking onto the property.
Yes. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs Stella has on her. It's gotten worse somehow. Oh my gosh. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from the computer's Windows edge to Windows edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post from Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts.
Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, you say?
Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm. Post in question is titled, "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow."
Hidden Appalachia. Appalachia, thank you.
Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says that there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads?
Bride of Bigfoot. Camera isn't shaky enough, this is totally staged. Moth Stan? Clear footage?
And some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I see when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit.
Lucky stars. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying.
Gary 2125479. Since every low-budget horror started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I've had a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman.
Oh yeah, you missed the Mothman plushie.
Oh no, the Mothman plushie. I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. Oh, do you, Moth Stan? Do you?
I believe you.
Lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick.
You think if it's true that Tabitha killed Pearlan, who do you think will reveal it to us? Wayne or Tabitha? Or we'll find out ourselves?
Wayne or Tabitha feels like it would be about right?
Yeah.
That Tabby would either reveal it herself or Wayne would, snitch on her, essentially. A way to try to move your opinion.
I'm thinking Wayne, personally. I'm thinking, personally, this is the way I'm imagining it. Tabitha is, going to, admit it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Wayne is the one that kind of comes in and kind of beats her to the punch.
I believe that. I also completely believe that if that were to happen in game, we'd just be like, oh, good. And then Wayne's just like, that's not the response
that wasn't
I was
the
looking
reaction I was expecting or looking for.
She seemed like a terrible human.
I mean, Wayne, who in Scarlet Hollow wouldn't want to kill Verlaine? She was widely hated. Awful person. The thread continues into the next day.
Hey, okay, so 1, this isn't an ARG, I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape.
Oh, she killed Verlaine? Hashtag girl boss.
Exactly.
Yes, literally, though. I can literally see that popping up as dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, girl boss. Response to Wayne. Still, I don't imagine this is going to go well.
There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knocker's Real .wave. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real.
2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it.
YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is a kidnapped by aliens all over again.
Aetherwolf says, Tabitha also plans to sacrifice you. Everyone who has an excellent relationship with her. What?
What? Hickett?
Yes. Oh.
Okay, but what if, like, Tabitha is gonna sacrifice the goat, which is something that's difficult to find out that she has a goat there.
Yeah.
But Sybil knows this, and Sybil's actually trying to pit you and Tabitha against each other.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't trust Sybil! I don't trust her! I trust her not! My trust for Sybil is in the negative!
Okay, let's be honest here. I definitely trust Wayne over trusting Sybil.
Really? You trust Wayne over Sybil?
Yes.
I don't know what Wayne's playing at.
Wayne has never forcefully compelled me to go into breaking into a clinic before.
That's true.
In fact, Wayne almost got actually not almost. Wayne definitely got mauled trying to protect me. So I trust Wayne over Sybil.
Yes.
And I don't trust Wayne.
I don't trust
Wayne. Darn, the internet's so mean.
The internet is. It is.
Especially if you're on a forum.
I can't imagine this going well, even if it was, like, on any other website, like YouTube or Twitter, honestly.
Yeah, no.
Like, you know, people would just this is literally what people would say.
Yeah.
Also, lol, doughy white things, now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury?
Pillsbury?
Pillsbury spooky horror ARG.
Gary, I need you to take a moment and reconsider what you are suggesting about Pillsbury's marketing plans. To be honest, Wayne is the one who doesn't force you into anything. He would ask for your consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's stalking you. He's not asking for your consent and stalking you, but he's not forcing you to do anything.
That is true. If there's anything Wayne is forcing you to do, it is to
have to deal with Wayne.
And or he's not being very successful at it, but he is trying to force you to not get put in dangerous situations.
This is true.
Much like Tabby. And much like Tabby, he has 0 success in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stop cyberbullying her. I'm going to call the mods.
Get the mods, Lucky Star.
My gods, it's Uncle Carl.
Oh no, when Uncle Carl comes in, there's a problem. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends.
Ouch. I see, Kanika, you haven't skedaddled to the corner of the room.
Avery is just like, how's it going over there? And you and Kanika are like,
Well, you
Avery's
see,
like, that good?
well, you see, Stella tried to tell people online about the ditchlings.
Because of course she did. Oh.
Yeah. What do you think we're gonna find in search history?
You know, cryptids. How do you get coal mine owner girlfriend to notice?
I bet we were reading them out loud.
Oh my god, what if we were reading them out loud?
Oh. Oh, I could see us doing that, though.
Yeah.
They're standing in the corner of the room, and we're just like...
We're just like, and Moth Stan comes in with the chair.
Yeah. You check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related, a furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Okay, well, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Hey, got the achievement for snooping on Stella's computer. Don't check the search history. It's not mine. Oh, it's not mine. Okay, you can kind of see peeking out behind Nika is Mothman. Also, behind Avery are what might be a couple pinup pictures, which I find a bit surprising for Stella. Achievement unlocked. Yep. I mean, this is first time with street smart, so
yes.
This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? I think you about summed it up. This is definitely a room. Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer got a lot fancier. They could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Aw, she still does those corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway.
Could you imagine doing a conspiracy board purely for decoration?
This is a purely aesthetic conspiracy board.
Conspiracy board.
The long quiet again. The long quiet about the existence of Mothman in the corner. Do you have any notes about your brethren there?
Chitter chitter. What I can see, and what I remember from being in Stella's room before, like, I love little cute little plushy Mothman.
Yeah.
Hello, little Mothman. Chitter chitter. So cute. I love Mothman. It's adorable.
I would do a conspiracy board for decoration. I mean, cork boards are so aesthetically pleasing, and red string is also very aesthetically pleasing, so... And, you know, if it just happens to occupy an entire wall of your room, I don't see a reason not to do it. bonus points if you can get to, make an image or spell out a word when you step back.
That would require a lot of planning.
A lot of planning, but it's a really cool effect. One of my favorite visual tropes. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. Print out random pictures, buy red string and thumbtacks. Yes. Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't. But she's definitely missing.
Astute, Avery, astute.
I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hope she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We went to like 3 places before we came to her house.
Probably should have started there.
We'll find her. We're going to the cops. I know they probably won't actually do anything, but we should see if we can get them to start looking for her before we go anywhere else. It's a great plan, Kanika. But have you considered that I'm gonna pass out?
As you consider your next move, your vision blurs again. This time it persists, and the weakness in your knees returns. Your ears fill with static, and you can feel yourself swaying, unable to control your body. It seems that the toll of the pact you made last night is finally catching up with you.
Also, they're saying it's Street Smart exclusive for the tea time with Sybil. Hope you see it this stream.
Ooh.
I hope so.
Well, we're going to be coming up on that tea time very soon.
Whoa, you don't look too good.
Thump. So you hit the ground.
Yeah. Oh, the general store is just around the corner. Let's get you inside.
The bells of the general store jingle welcomingly as your companions drag you across the threshold. You faintly make out the unintelligible muttering of what must be voices, and then you fade out once again.
On the one hand, I'm sure they are probably carrying us.
Probably.
On the other hand, it is kind of funny to imagine them dragging us through town.
That would be funny, too. They're probably carrying your character.
Aether Wolf says, thump.
Thump indeed. Oh, hi.
You come to see it in the tea room. Kanika and Avery are nowhere to be seen. Sybil sits across from you, concern in her eyes as she watches you regain consciousness. How long has she been sitting there, watching you?
Long enough. I think it says tea is life on
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I hope Avery is carrying us princess style.
Oh, I could see that. I feel like one of them is either carrying you like princess style, or both of them. Like one person has the head, the other person has the legs. It's like one or the other, I think.
I could see that, yeah. It's dark here. The sunlight filtering through the heavy curtains, weak and watery, partially supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner.
You're looking for
I'm looking for this grow light. This is the only light I see.
It might be off camera. Welcome back. It's just the two of us now, I'm afraid. Avery had to go help out at the diner, and Kanika is getting some much-needed bed rest upstairs. I don't trust that.
The witch, I mean, average old lady.
Average, nice, kind old lady who definitely has no other ulterior motives, I'm sure.
I'm sure
I don't know what they are, granted.
I'm sure that Avery and Kanika both, of their own, volition, came to the conclusion that Avery should go help out at the diner and that Kanika should go to bed.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
And definitely Sybil didn't suggest it to them.
Uh-huh.
And then Avery woke up at the diner.
Yes. I went ahead and made you some tea, dear. It should help you with your condition.
You've got, a elixir of, youth in this tea?
For sure.
Your eyes drift down to the cup of freshly brewed tea in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with undertones of decaying earth.
Don't expect to change your gray hairs back, but at the very least it should make it easier for your mind and spirit to adjust to the physical changes that you've gone through.
I mean, I don't think Sybil is controlling Avery, to be honest.
Entirely possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's entirely possible, but at the same point, like, I don't trust her.
Hopefully you'll be a little less exhausted and a little less prone to passing out. You know, which would be pretty bad for the rest of this chapter, not going to lie.
Could you imagine playing the rest of the game, but, like, if you do too much without sitting down, you will fall over? Imagine trying to survive this. Imagine trying to survive a horror game.
Yes.
But, you know, like, you will overexert yourself and pass out every, like, hour.
Reese, here's an idea. Actually just watch a movie and chill.
Yeah.
And when you're finished, we can use the leaves for a reading on the house, of course. Until then, why don't we just chat?
Pretend to sip your tea while looking for an opening to dump in one of the pot plants behind you.
Ah! That must be the Street Smart exclusive.
Your tea. So how'd you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? The day you promised to tell me, what was it, unsavory tales of my mom's youth? Yanking me around, you have signed, tell me, just come out and say it. What's all the mystery and ritual? You have signed, tell me, just come out and say it. It's been swell, I have a doctor's appointment. Go to Dr. Kelly. Not gonna drink this. Throw the tea on the ground, storm to Kanika's room. Throw the tea on the ground and leave. Drink the tea. So, pretend to sip our tea.
You lift the tea to your mouth and pretend to take a sip, carefully waiting for a moment when she's looking away to toss its contents into a nearby plant.
Pretend to drink the tea. Street Smart knows what's up with Sybil. I love you can pretend to sip it and say, I'm not gonna drink this. Oh. What's with all the mystery and ritual? You have something to tell me, just come out and say it. You've been real suspicious last night. You know, and then again this morning. You haven't stopped being suspicious, Sybil.
Yes. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help me get the full picture.
And here's your opening. Dump that tea. Spill the tea, no thank you. Got another achievement there. Take advantage of Sybil's broken attention to quickly dump your tea into one of the pots behind you.
I do the explorers
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
So how'd you wind up in Scarlet Hollow?
Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor here, especially not when most folks could afford. They have to figure it out with their own medicine.
I love there's still an option to throw the tea on the ground, which is presumably just the cup at that point.
Yes.
The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? unsavory tales of my mom's youth?
I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that.
He's also saying exclusive to Street Smart that you should say after the tea leaves reading is done. Ooh. Will do.
In a town of this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman.
I mean, Edwardine did bludgeon a man to death, so...
She did bludgeon a man to death. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man.
At least Tabby has, one friend.
Yes.
Two now. We've grown on her like a moss.
Like a moss. Or an ivy.
Or an ivy.
Or any other kind of weed. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel.
Oh.
Interesting.
But what about the men? Do they even exist? Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother?
Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor.
What do you know about my grandma? What if Miles was the cat?
That'd be very, very funny.
Shock twist of the century.
I don't think this was built up at all.
No, but no one saw it coming.
But no one saw it coming. I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I don't think there were two in that generation. I think that there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother.
I feel like there's a lot. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist?
No.
If you play as someone with he/him pronouns, you might be the only one with he/him pronouns in the entire family now.
I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name.
Imagine if you have Rosalina hate you and she becomes the cat.
That would be funny.
Okay, it would be kind of funny if the cat is just whoever hates you the most.
That would be funny. Might have been a steward or something just as forgettable.
Like a
Perhaps
John.
someone that they've bludgeoned to death in the basement. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenaged fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all.
What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She skipped town. Weren't you laying attention? Gretchen hates you. She's the cat now.
She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she had been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Not particularly, unless maybe Cthulhu counts.
Yeah, let's do.
I'm not convinced there isn't some eldritch god involved.
How old are you, Sybil?
Too old. Actually, yeah, wait a second.
So
Does the timeline line up?
She mentions that she's a bit older than your mother, Vivian. So...
Okay,
but
yeah.
at the same time also mentions that because of how small the town is, everyone kind of knows each other regardless of age gap.
That's true.
The fact that she has such clear-cut memories, though...
She does have a lot of...
Sybil might be like 100 years old, or older.
Just don't trust her. Just don't trust her. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering about what it was about your family that made her panic so much about the thought of having a baby.
Well, I finished my tea. It was all in one big gulp. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palpable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal buns.
It sure did smell like dirt.
Now, on to business. Fortune-telling business.
I mean, I think we can make ourselves religious if we decide to.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
correct.
Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge.
Oh dear. Well, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning sign that can fit at the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass.
Checks out. Yeah, I am a
makes
bad
sense.
luck magnet.
All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it together with definite urgency.
Again, checks out. So far, we've gotten one man killed, child maimed, and my youth was stolen by a ghost. So,
Yes.
oh, and Stella's still missing.
Stella's still missing.
So, death, misery, difficulty, all checks out.
It's fair to assume that all this has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether or not any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least, be able to figure out what it is.
Aetherwolf agrees, checks out.
And there's a central figure here, a cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. I'm still convinced it's her. Listen, what is a witch's familiar?
A cat.
A cat.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
particularly if you want to go like super hard, is a black cat.
It's a black cat, yeah.
I just love the cat could be
cat
Dustin.
is Dustin. It's Dustin.
I love the list of every character in the game.
Yes.
Don't say the street smart now.
Oh, okay.
And we are a magical catalyst. Okay, that's good to know too on the don't say street smart just yet. Cat could be Dustin, his father lives in my dress, and I try to talk to him every day to hear his wisdom and help with his troubles. Break my heart if he's the traitor. How do I know you're not the cat?
Those are the two cats I know.
Should I say, how do I know you're not making things up?
Yeah. I suppose you don't. But what's the harm of humoring an old woman?
Okay, so I presume the street smart thing will pop up afterwards then.
Must be.
It's Fro-Fro.
Clearly it's Fro-Fro.
I mean...
If it was me, I'd probably go like either Fro-Fro or just the funnier ones. You're not even humoring this. Or you are.
I really want to say the Dustin one.
Then say the Dustin one. I'd love to see her face.
Just think it would break my heart if he's the traitor. Give me a moment.
Yeah, take your time.
Oh. I'm going to break this poor old woman who might be plotting against us. The cat could be Dustin. Well, me, I would say Fro-Fro. I understand. I think Fro-Fro would be very funny as well. Just, yes, the cat.
The cat, I know it.
The cat that's mean to me in particular.
I know a black cat. She's black and white, but still.
The cat could be Dustin. He's a possum. He lives in my dresser. I try to talk to him every day to hear his wisdom and help with his troubles. It would break my heart if he's the traitor. Friendship ended with dresser rat. No.
Dear, I don't think you need to worry about the possum living in your dresser being the cat.
Next day we open the dresser. Dustin, you wouldn't betray me, would you?
What?
Dustin confused. What are you talking about?
Dustin confused. What are you talking? You're almost certainly looking for a human enemy. You don't have to figure out the answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. See, she's saying this with a big smile on her face. I'm just,
Yeah.
She doesn't seem that concerned.
Yeah. Friendship with Dustin ended. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It was a little achievement that popped up in the corner.
I'm really hoping that we get a chance to talk to Dustin and ask if he's the traitor.
You wouldn't betray me, would you, Dustin? What?
Is it because I took my clothes back, Dustin?
Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted.
After this, we get our tinfoil hat around Dustin.
Yes. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy.
The guy on the bus that gave me the peanuts. Are you even hearing yourself right now?
Are you listening, Mantis? Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek those carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed it, or others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another?
It's either Tabitha, Stella, or both, let's be honest. I mean, if it's going to be somebody that's going to betray us, it like logically would make most sense for someone that close to us, someone the first people we meet.
Yeah, that would make
but
sense.
like squints at Sybil. I mean, Sybil, have you not basically been here since we've first encountered the supernatural? Your thoughts drift to the door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there.
Aetherwolf meant Sybil, not Stella. Autocorrect. Autocorrect was just like, what if it's Stella, though? Autocorrect confirmed for implanting doubt in his brain. Yeah, I definitely think
aside,
it's...
Yeah, either Tabby or Sybil. Like, you know, Tabby, like, again, that's that obvious choice. But like, Sybil has enough weirdness going on that, like, you just can't discount her.
Yeah. I'm definitely, you know, placing my bet on Sybil. We'll see if any of that's true. It could end up being, like, you know,
yeah,
a twist somewhere else.
What's important now is to finally see what's hidden in the clinic. Tabitha, Sybil, or both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should seek out more of those. This don't seem to be left undisturbed. So I assume this
must be the street smart, right?
Yeah.
It has to
I will wait for confirmation, though.
be. Wait for a little thumbs up. It feels about right.
Yeah, I mean, this would make sense as to when to call her out.
Like, she's already tried to point you in a new direction.
Yeah.
She's directing you.
I bet it's both, to be honest. They're both untrustworthy in my eyes in their own rights.
I can see the argument.
Valid.
Yep, there's your thumbs up.
Alright. You didn't get all this from the tea leaves.
Of course not. The tea leaves are merely a guide. Sometimes they can help confirm suspicions or fill in where my intuition falls short. My family has lived in these hills for a long time, as has yours. I know the Scarlets have secrets. I know Vivian was scared for you, but your place in all of this is something we have to figure out together. And that's where little tricks like tea leaves come in handy. But we shouldn't digress. Do you know where you might find the next stone?
Focus, Sybil. I'm calling out your BS about the tea leaves.
No, and I'm telling you to focus on stones. Chop chop. Find one.
I was half
Right
expecting her to just be like, oh, well, you see, drinking the tea and dumping the tea don't matter so long as you are the one that revealed the tea leaves.
Damn it, Sybil.
Darn, she's got me there.
Together? Who's this we? Aetherwolf says. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole lot of inserting yourself into this.
Yeah. Bad stuff always happens around them.
What happens around these stones might not be anywhere close to what would happen if we let the danger encroaching on both of you and this town act unopposed. I'm just saying, I feel like the thing has gotten worse every time we've encountered a stone. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The ditchlings are multiplying every day. This is all going to come to a head, and it may just be a question of how prepared you are when it comes. Learning whatever you can could save your life, even if you're faced with more ghosts and ghouls along the way. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it was just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Raise his hand. No, it's not the possum.
Do you think I can ask the explorer and the street smart?
You should be able to, because the explorer should not override the street smart.
Say that too. I am going to try the explorer first, though. But I have put down
But
save.
you've said to save, so it's just in case.
You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? Totally trustworthy individual.
I may have been able to see through the spirit's illusions, but I am not some kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine if I had been in those mines with you. Some use I'd be, struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, and throwing my back out from all the crouching.
Okay, and we can still say street smart.
Yep.
Ha, you dummy, I never even drank the tea. Magic is fake. Haha.
Yes, I know. You tossed it into one of my houseplants. I just figured it'd be rude to point it out to you. Oh.
Oh no, she can see through street smart.
Oh no.
How did she know that? She was looking the other way when you dumped your tea. She's got eyes in the back of her head. Run.
Still, you emptied the cup. That's more than enough to do a reading.
Oh no, she...
She figured exactly what you were going to say.
When I first played Street Smart, that moment sent chills up my spine.
Yeah, I can totally understand that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, especially especially if it's one of if it's your first playthrough.
Mm-hmm. Or you're alone.
Or you're alone.
I think part of it also gets blunted when you're with someone kind of joking and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I can definitely see that being a really creepy moment. For sure.
Yeah.
And you're very sure she was completely looking the other way. I wonder how she just knows.
Yeah. And if she's if she's any amount of a psychic,
yeah,
it would make sense that she'd be aware of that.
Yeah. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat.
Small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door.
Oh, the grow lights are right there.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to the tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce. And merely being ready for it might not be enough.
I was excuse me?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Especially given that, Street Smart never fails.
Yes.
Sybil closes the door to the tea room, and the bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Hoot boy. Wayne's gonna pounce me. Oh my.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Well, I think we're gonna have to call it there for today. Because I'm hungry for lunch.
Yes, it is noon.
Yes, it's noon for us. That was very, very fun. I'm glad to have seen that with Street Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Call Sybil out on her nonsense, only to have it be turned back around on us.
Yes. That's great.
I'm currently debating whether or not to go check in on Kanika next time, or just go to the clinic. Because in my first playthrough, I did check in on Kanika, and like we tried to
You tried to sneak out.
We tried to sneak
and then
out
you
and got
pounced
by
on.
Sybil.
Got by. Yes.
Like that might be interesting to see, but at the same point, like it might be interesting to be able to go to the clinic of my own volition this time. I missed quite a bit. I'm glad I was able to stick around. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for the tips on when to do Street Smart there.
Yeah.
I probably would have clicked that Street Smart option far too soon. But we're going to have to call it there. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
We'll see you next time with, well, going to the clinic. Oh
yes.
Boy, going to the clinic. Nothing bad happens at the clinic.
Nothing bad happens in this chapter whatsoever. What are you talking about?
Weirdly enough, the worst thing is that Stella's missing. Nothing else happens.
Totally, nothing else happens. Nothing at all.
Oh boy. Well, that's going to be exciting for next time.
Yes.
Good stream. Thank you. We'll hopefully see you next time.
Seeing Sybil pouncing us might not be good for on her knees. Probably not.
Yes.
She just FNAF jump scares us while we're trying to leave.
She doesn't FNAF jump scare us in particular. She like FNAF 3 Springtrap turns a corner.
Turns a corner
aggressively. She can't jump at us.
She can't jump.
Best she can do is ominously lean.
Ominously leans in. Alright, night everyone. Well, rest of the day. Have a good day.
See ya.